And we're on.
There we go.
Jimmy,
What's up,
Jimmy,
y'all?
Jimmy. Do a little after hours.
Well,
Jonathan was tired, wanted to go to bed.
yeah. Okay, I'm over at my buddy's house, though, as I would have jumped on Jonathan's. My puppy. I'm out here with their dog. My puppy.
I know, Mike said he'll be here. I got it up a couple minutes earlier than I thought it was. Trying to decide on I'm going to do on this 59 Surfshark Cadillac Ecto, whatever you want to call it, has been. I'm turning it into a hearse. I'm
Big
trying to
old.
decide what kind of wheels I want to put on it. I want to
Love.
do classic white
Do
walls
something like a.
or do something a little more. Something a little more modern, like it still has the classic Cadillac lines, but something a little more modern wheel. Because the ones that come with it suck. They're just plain, just flat.
Yeah.
They're like baby moon hubcaps on steely wheels.
Do like some monsters looking shit, like a big fat set of tires, a big blower sticking out the hood.
No, I don't want to go that far. I can either it's going to be original. I've got this nice set of white walls, polyglass tires. Those
Those look
wheels
pretty
do
good.
have spinners on them that just not on there yet. Or do
Those look
something
almost like
more,
Cadillac rims.
do something a little more modern, but not over the top. Because the car itself is going to be pristine with the black vinyl top. Or do I've got like these modern Camaro wheels I could put on it too. Because the back one you're not going to see. The back is, you're going to see that much of it maybe.
Mm.
So I've got. Otherwise, I just got the basic steelies, but I'm leaning towards these, the white walls.
Them
I'm
look
gonna
pretty
do to
good.
my
Look more
part.
like Cadillac hubcaps.
Yeah, so these have spinners that go on them, but I don't have them on there yet. I'm gonna look through my parts box and see what else I got, but those are probably not those. It'll probably either be the Camaro wheels or these. Right, as of right now. But I'm gonna look through my parts and see what I got.
Mm.
Yeah, these ones that came in the 57 Snap Kit are kind of cool, but they're not the right ones. They don't look right. If I was doing it at the Surfshark, it would look great, but I'm not doing the Surfshark. Let me see what I got in the other boxes. Well, there's a set of white wall inserts. Let me see if I have the tires. I think I have the tires for those. Do I have the wheels for those? I think those are the wheels for those. I think. Let me look at those.
Ready to go inside? Ready to go inside, puppy?
All right, the link is in the chat, so you hop in.
Ready to go inside?
Uncle's Garage, you're welcome to join in too. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. Just click to join. If you don't have a camera, you can just come on and do audio if you want. However you want to do it. It's fine by me.
But all right, I just jumped on to see what was up. I'm gonna let the dog back in. I'm head back inside with my buddy.
Okay. You have a good night.
All right, see y'all. I'll be probably in the chat a little bit though.
All right. I'll be here.
See you,
A
brother.
couple hours probably. a little top. Yeah, Michael, I'm doing the hearse. I'm just right now trying to pick what kind of wheels I want to put on it. The wheels that came in the kit are just smooth steelies with like a baby moon on it. Not really digging those. I've got these actually came off of a 58 Corvette, the wider whites with the finned hubcaps, and I've got the knockoffs that go on there. I've got these, which came off my 66 Bonneville, which would be, I don't know, the plastic white walls on them are split, so I don't know if that would. I'd have to redo the white walls. And then you put the wheel in, and it splits the white wall. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it splits open the white wall. So I'd have to cut some new styrene and make new white wall inserts. I don't think this wheel, I think will fit in there. No, it's too big. It's a plastic. It's an actual plastic insert that goes into the tire. It fits, but when you put the rim in, what I have to do is I have to trim I can glue that back together. Then I'll need to trim if I go with these, I have to trim the inside of the tire so that it's not pushing it out and making it split if I go with those. But I'm kind of liking the wider. See if I can, this will, if it'll focus on that or not. With these, even these wheels will fit in the wide white wall tires. They're kind of loose, but I can glue them. But yeah, just not digging the baby moons. They're all right, but they're not for this. I don't want to break up on one of my resin wheels because only two of them show because the skirts are on the back. Let me raise this up a little bit. Because with the skirts on the back, you're not going to see about that much of the wheel anyway. On the back, you're not going to see much of it. Redo that, but I'm thinking about it. Now I can turn those over and run them and then paint that whole section. That I can do. I could turn those around backwards and then paint the then I could paint the white wall on that side. And look, I might have another set of those wider plastic inserts It might fit on this side. Hey, Cliff, yeah, I was sorry to hear that your grandfather had passed. Send my condolences. Oh, Catholic funerals, those can be long and drawn out. I invite you to come in, but you're probably gonna head for bed for a long day for tomorrow. Oh, there's Mike. Let me get you in there, Mike.
Hey everybody.
There's Mike.
Sarge, I know I texted you and whatever. Sorry for your loss, my brother. I guess we all have to think about it like we do with Terry. He's in a better place now. If it's any consolation, you're not in the boat alone. I don't know if you saw, but Jeff, Jeff Elliott, Fafa, he lost his mom today. So there's a whole bucket load of hurt going around right now. And I pray for all y'all. And I thought I had a bad day because a buddy of mine's moving to Utah. See, just when you think you got it bad, you'll find out about people that got it worse than you.
Yeah, you can go visit them in Utah. That's a fun place to be. I liked it when
That's
I
what
was
I was thinking too, because it's one of my off-road buddies, and I built his Jeep, so he's going to take the. Of course, he's taking his Jeep to Utah, and I'm like, cool. Next time I want to go out there, I got a place to stay and a rig to ride in.
I'm kind of going through my parts right now. Trying to decide if I want to do. I don't like the wheels that came in this Surfshark for being a hearse. I'm deciding if I want to go with a classic wheel. I can make this hearse like a period correct, or if I want to do it like a restored one with like a little more of a custom wheel, but nothing super gaudy.
Is it? It's a GM.
It's Cadillac.
Hearse. Yeah, Cadillac says GM. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a cool GM stock wheel that would look good on there.
I've got these Corvette ones.
I saw those. Those look pretty sharp.
They have a spinner
But
that
I think
goes
I
in.
like the other ones better. The ones that are just up from there. And looking at the video.
The Camaro wheel.
I kind of like those better than the other, but I'm trying to think of a cool stock wheel that you could put on there that would, you could say, oh, that came off of a so-and-so Chevy.
Yeah, I got like a stock Oldsmobile wheel, but I'm looking through my parts box to see if I think somewhere I have a set of wide white, the plastic inserts or pieces that go over the outside of the tire for the real super wide white wall. Pretty sure I have one of those. I'm going through my parts boxes now to see if I do. And combining my parts boxes at the same time.
It's always that set of wheels at the very bottom of your parts box that you never thought that you would use again. that you find, but you almost, if your luck is anything like mine, you never find it until after you've chosen something else, and you're like, "Damn, why didn't I
Well, I'm
see
trying to
these?"
keep my wheels all together in one spot. That's those white wall parts would have been something that probably would have got stuck into and not tossed in with the rest of the parts. When I with the leftover parts from whatever kit it was from. But I normally keep my wheels and tires all together in one spot.
Right.
Just for this purpose, so I don't have to go digging through everything when I want a
Digging
different set of
through it,
wheels.
exactly. But you still end up digging through everything.
I mean, I got a set. I got a set of 80s Firebird wheels, or I got a set of 60s. I got a set of the Vortex turbine wheels.
Those
I don't
turbines are
think that would
cool.
work.
I don't think it would fit that
Yeah.
application, but they are cool.
No, I was thinking that those won't quite. If I was doing it as the Surf
The
Shark,
ones
that would
with the
be
hubcap,
sorry.
Sarge, is that the one you're talking about? The Nova rims with the cone center hubcaps? I think those would look good, yeah.
I think I had a 48. Oh, I know I had a 48.4, but I think it came with a set of those white pieces that just go over the outside of the tire that make it look like a wide white. I mean, just the Steely wheels. I got them all over the place.
Sarge, get on here, bud. Let's see your face.
So those are even smaller. We got big wheel backs.
Rally rims would be cool. Yeah, he's right. Charge is right about that. Rally rims would be cool on that. Give it a little bit of a sport look and still be a hearse. That would be cool. And still hold true to the stock tradition.
Yeah, I've got a set of the Pontiac ones. They're the Vortex, the vector wheel, whatever you call them, vector wheels, I guess they're called.
A buddy of mine that I was telling you about is moving up to Utah. He's on a big off-road team, and they just released a video, and he keeps sending me text messages of all the little clips with him in it. He's got this perfect beard. He really does have the perfect beard. And he's like, I didn't realize my beard was that nice, but it's rocking. I'm like, okay, calm down, big boy.
I can't do much more than a goatee. Mine just gets real scraggly.
Dude, mine is as good as it gets right now, and it looks like I got the mange. I literally look like I need Happy Jack mange medicine because it grows here and it grows there. When it don't grow here and it don't grow there, it's weird.
I got those. Those look kind of cool. Those are possibilities.
I got that 49 Revell kit. That's a cool kit. That's the same one that Jason just finished, was that 49 Revell kit.
Put the black wash in them so you can see them better. I got a set of Corvette wheels. The 70s style Corvette rally wheels. Like I said, of those.
Those, I think the rally style would look really good. But being a Cadillac, it almost has to have Cadillac type wheels. I guess, I don't know. I mean, it depends on the look you're going for.
Also, I just don't. The ones that they sent with it don't look very good at all. They're just they're baby moon hubcaps, basically what they are on a steel wheel. And they're fine wheels, but not for this.
Right, right.
So if I go with these, with the these with the they have spinners for them, that would be a good look for a classic if I want to make it look like a 59 classic hearse.
Hang on,
These are the
Bob.
Firebird. All right.
I got that kit that the 49 that Rick was talking about that has the Cadillac wheels in it. I want to see which ones he's talking about. Because I plan on dropping and lowering this and putting aftermarket wheels on it. So if it's something that I've got that you could use, Rick, are you talking about these caddy wheels?
A second, let me zoom up. Hey,
Caddy
Bretta.
hubcaps, I should
Round-
say. What, the steel wheels? Here we go. These are the first ones I found in there. I'm sure there's more in here. But I just know that I plan on using aftermarket wheels and tires on this kit when I finally get around to building it. Yeah, the rest. Oh no! Wait! These are. Oh, these are like the old Steely. Oh no, maybe not. They're kind of Steelies, but they got a little bit of a design to them. Let Bob see them. Okay, here they are. These are the steely looking one, but they have a little bit of a design to them. But they just put me in the mind of the old Steelies.
Yeah, that's kind of what the kit wheels look like with baby.
Okay, then what about these
baby.
guys? What about these guys?
Yeah, that's
Yeah. These are the other set of wheels that came, or other set of wheels, hubs, whatever you want to call them, that came with it. Rick said, and Rick, he knows better than me, but they're like Cadillac. He said they're Cadillac wheels, which I suppose would be a common upgrade for a Mercury back then.
All right, sorry about that. Took in something messed up on my phone.
Well, let me know, Chuck. I've
Yeah,
got
right.
both sets. If you ever, or not Chuck, but Bob, let me know if you need them. You can have them. I will not put either one on this car when I get ready to build it because I got plans to do something different with it. So if you like them, want them, let me know. I'll get them out to you.
I'm thinking it's going to
What
be
kind
one
of
of
wheels
these
you looking
three.
for, Bob?
Well, the kit wheels that come with the Surfshark for the 59 Cadillac, I'm turning it into the hearse. I've deleted the rear windows.
Yep.
And then for this application, I just don't think they're just a flat wheel with a baby moon hubcap.
Yeah, I didn't care for them. They got the decal for the center of the caps there, but I don't know. They just don't look good on there. I'm looking for some baby moons for mine.
I've got some Ford baby moons, but that wouldn't look good on here. So I've got these 58 leftover wheels from the 58 Corvette, which have their stock wheels with the spinners, the knockoff spinners that aren't on there yet. I'm looking at those. I want to do it more of like a modern kind of a
Almost
retro
like a
mod,
Camaro rim.
the Camaro rim. I thought about the Firebird rallies, but they're not really doing it for me. Or I've got the Vector wheels, but those aren't really doing it either. So it's probably going to be, or I've got the ones from the Buick. They look kind of cool on me. With those, I need to find. If I want to do those, I kind of want to find a set of white walls to go with them. Which I thought I had, but I don't.
Cool box art on this kit though. On one side, here's some big screen.
Wait a second. Let me
Yeah,
get
you're
you.
good. I just noticed that.
There you go.
And so this is what I've been looking at since I've had this kit, right? That's the front side of it. And of course, you got the side art and all that stuff. What I didn't realize until just now is it's got on the back side, it's even got art on
Yep.
it. I didn't realize that.
Yep.
Cool box. Cool box.
And I've also got a set of 70s Corvette rally. So that's probably my three choices. One of those three.
The Corvette rallies to give it a sporty look for sure.
They came out of like a 70, 72, 75 vet, one of those early 70s versions. I think it was a 75, but it has that Corvette rally wheel. Because yeah, it's gonna be black with a black vinyl top. Yeah, these are nose.
You know who we haven't heard from tonight? ELH. I guess he fell asleep on the live last night and decided he'd go ahead and sleep in his own bed tonight. Didn't want to sleep on the live tonight.
Yes.
Oh snap. Well, Bob, I'm going to step off. I got to run down to the store and get some e-cig stuff. If you guys are still on when I get back, I'll look you up. And if you're gone, then y'all have a good night. Be safe, and we'll talk to you tomorrow on Brian's.
Yep, I should be here for a while anyway.
All right, buddy. Well, I won't be but 10 or 15 minutes, and I'll be back.
All right.
All right. See you on a bit. Bye.
Take it easy.
This one. Yeah, it'll sit there. Those aren't gonna. They look fine on a street rod, but not on a hearse. One more push box looking. Hey, Kevin. Y'all welcome to join in if you'd like. We're just hanging out. I'm searching for wheels for my hearse. Found an LS engine I could put in there if it wasn't a curve though.
They do. I know I got something now. I can't find it. Hey, Dragon Queen, RPM Games. Kevin, how you doing? Boston, taking it easy, man.
Yeah, they're better than the Xuron ones as far as I'm concerned. These general toenail clippers. Well, you don't try to kind of thing metal with them. I've been using them for 4 or 5 years and they haven't had any issues with them. They cut right up flush to the part. Let's see. I can make them fit, I guess. Hey, Drew. Nice to see you in. Yeah, they're said I have the this side is flush. There's no bevel on it at all, and there's a bevel on the inside. So if you got a small part you can't really get into, you can go in with the beveled side to get in there. Or like for doing wheels or anything up the sprue. Use this flat side and you can get right in there, right up tight. Here.
Take care, Berta. Have a good night now.
See you tomorrow.
Hey, Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we get RPM. We get you in here. There we go.
Greetings.
Greetings and salutations.
Yeah, salutations too.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just shoved them back in there. Don't get done. Yes, I did.
Outlaw realized he was 100% redneck because he ran to the store when he could have just drove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, seen you guys were on. I figured I'd swing by and didn't see anybody
Yeah.
hanging out with you.
We were on John. I was on John.
Figured I'd come
Jonathan
in
was
and hang
tired and
out.
wanted to go to bed. So I sure went up. I was pretty long. I'm sitting there at the bench. Give me something to do, somebody to talk to.
Right. I always thought about hosting one of these and called it Build and BS. Just
Basically, that's what we do.
Yep, building and BS, you know. Currently working on one of the trick trikes, the little Cobra chopper.
Yeah.
I got it in paint this afternoon, and now I'm just waiting for it to dry. Everything else is pretty much done until the freaking chassis is dry. Yeah, it's still a little tacky. I ain't touching it. Anybody else build the Trick Trike series? The 6 bikes?
I've
I
got
did as a kid.
Yeah, I built them as a kid, and I took it and I got the 4 set, and I got one up here that the body was so warped up on that it took it, bagged it all back up again.
Yeah, I had all 6 of them in the set. The Torque Trike, nice.
Yeah, this one here is one that's not in the set of 4 that I got.
I got 2 of the Mail Trike and 2 of the Cobra, and then the other 6 are still brand new, sealed off to the side, and They were on sale at Walmart. Mom found them in the discount section. She's like, "You got these?" And I was like, "I do now." I ain't letting you take the receipt back.
Yeah.
They're models. They don't go back. Come on. Since I had the 2 duplicates, I figured I'd build them. Why not, right?
Yeah.
They kind of fit the show rod thing. I mean, the milk truck, that's an Eldon kit if it was the actual truck, not
Right.
the trike. But it was kind of cool that they came back out with them. There ain't shit for parts in them, though. And I'm not much of a bike guy, so they don't really fit too well, but they got a lot of nice chrome on them that kind of fits in with the show rod thing.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the Eldon kit.
Oh, man. You got the series or just a couple of them?
I got this one here, and I got outhouse that's
Nice.
already built.
Yeah, I have that one, but all I have is the body with the chassis. It doesn't have the radiator, the motor, none of the goodies.
All sealed, or still bag sealed.
Damn. I have one of the Sand Dragons that I bought on the auction site for like $15 shipped or something like that.
Uh,
I had to rebuild it, and a buddy of mine wanted the back tires so he could mold them. So I'll give them to you. You mold them, and I get the first set, right?
I
of
get
the
them fresh.
resin. Yeah, I get the first set of resin so I can put back on there. And within 2 days, I had it all completely stripped down, repainted, ready to go back. Had to build a whole new nose for it. And then I found these little sand tire thingies or whatever. I'm like, well, shit, I don't need his. I'll just put these on there. So I ran with it. Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
love to
that
get
is-
like, what is it? Is it the Invader?
They had the Pink
The red-
Panther.
The red and white one. Is it Invader?
Yeah, I think that was the Invader. They had the Pink Panther as well.
Yep.
The milk truck, the outhouse.
The Sand Dragon, the
there's only like
bathtub.
5. There's only like 4 or 5, maybe 6 of them at the most that they put out back then.
Yeah, I think there was only 6 because the bathtub
Yep,
totally
the bathtub.
different than Barris's.
Yep,
Yeah,
I forgot about the bathtub one.
as a show rod guy, them are they're like not holy grails to me, but they're on my wish list with the rest of them.
Yep. I took in. I built the milk truck as a kid, and built the milk truck, the Pink Panther, and outhouse and everything. And now that I'm a whole lot better at it than what I used to be.
Right.
I wanted to get them all again, and all the ones that I'd done as a kid, and get them all done up again. I got the outhouses done, got the milk truck here, and eventually I'll get the Panther and stuff. The milk truck, I just lucked into that one and took it, found it, and paid more money than I wanted to for it, but
Clever.
got it.
The bed buggy, I want to say it was like Jim Oberhort. What the hell is his name? I want to say it's Jim something. Show rods, where to go? There it is. No, get back in here. Wrong site, wrong page. Yeah, I got the show rod gallery thing bookmarked to where no matter what, I know where I'm going. Other pages. All right, let's see.
Trying to put the decals on this 49 Merc on the dash. And
Yeah.
man, they don't fit worth a damn. They're too big for it.
Let's see. Voxmobile, that's the one with the guitar.
Don't remember that one.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Invader, red and white, but it's got like almost a diamond shaped guitar on the side that makes the whole side panel of the car and the fenders.
Oh.
I'm just looking for the bed buggy one. There it is. Oh, the bed buggy is actually Barris, the little leopard print seat with the cabana type canopy top.
Yep. If that one was out, that would probably be with AMT because they had the Barris contract.
Yeah, that would have been MPC.
MPC,
I was lucky enough. I had a few bucks, so I was shopping around on eBay, and I happened to come across a junk lot of just parts, right? And here was the chassis with the bed, the headboard in the back, and that was it, right? So I'm like, well, fuck, I can make the top of the roof and the sides with the little furlies on it. I can make the motor and all that fun stuff. So I bought it and I built it. Everything on my car is completely from scratch, except for those original, like 4 pieces.
Sometimes all you need is just a start.
All I need is a freaking, you let me see there's a scrap piece out there and I can build the rest. I'm on it.
There you go.
I mean, that's the only bed buggy I have in my collection. And even though it's not factory stock, it's kind of customized because it's not original parts. It's still the bed buggy. It's in my collection.
Right. I've had an old Dragon wagon from the Tom Daniels set.
Yep.
Been hanging on to that for years. Then they reissued it as a circus wagon.
Now, which one came first? Was it the circus wagon or the Hangman? Because one of them, the molds got lost, and they're both the same chassis and tub.
Yeah, the Hangman's the one that everybody's getting the outrageous money for.
Yeah, because it was only issued once, and then it came back out in what, 96 or something like that at a toy fair. And that's it. I mean, there's only so many of them out there. And I would love to get another one of those simply because when I first got mine, like 96, 97, I went through every one of my parts bins and I was like, okay, we got 40 different valve covers. Which ones fit? We got 40 different intakes. Which ones fit? You know, I went from like, what was it? Like 47 parts on the kit. And now it's got like 75 parts on the motor. It's got a whole suspension. It's got the transmission with separate drive shafts that go to a transfer case so I can run the boom. And it's fully fucking customized now.
Right.
I don't think they ever made a model kit of the Voxmobile.
That's what I was thinking. I don't remember that one.
I mean, they got pictures of it and stuff, and as much as I've seen pictures, other than maybe one person making a custom of it, I don't think it was ever an actual kit. Another one of those outrageously expensive show rod kits that are rare, ZZR.
Not sure if I remember that one either. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do.
Yeah, they also did, I want to say it was called Firebug. Exact same kit, except for instead of having the canvas roof, they put a fire helmet on it.
Yep.
Double engines up front, really long, swoopy fender.
The ZZR there, that was in a double kit with another kit.
Was it? I've only ever seen the box arts for singles.
I'm thinking of something else.
Oh, you're thinking the Ghoul Duel with the
Yeah,
monsters and the
that's just the monsters coach and
dragster, Grandpa's
yeah,
dragster
Dragula.
casket. Yep. Joey in the house.
Hey, Joey.
I think that Camaro looking rim looked better.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning that way. These with the white walls, fine if I go with the classic, but I'm thinking
the rallies
Camaro
don't fit in the white walls.
I don't know if they do or not.
I mean, it kind of doesn't really make sense. You'd think the rallies would be more of a red line, but it's still a Cadillac, which goes with the white wall.
Yeah. I could make them fit, but they don't.
Right. You'd have to waller them out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's down to either the Corvette with the knockoffs for a classic look, original style look, or the kind of a resto mod with the Camaro wheels. I'm leaning more towards the Camaro wheel. It only matters in the front, because in the back you ain't gonna see jack shit anyway.
Pretty much, right?
Because it's got the fender skirts on it, so you're not gonna see. I guess it would sit right about there. And you're gonna see, but barely from the center cap down.
Now, clearly you're making a panel out of it. Are you just going to redo everything inside the tub, or no?
I started. Get it out. I cut most of the Ghostbusters crap out of it.
Right.
Ready. So I put a new divider wall in. Cut out the computer here, whatever these goopy things were along the wall here, and sanded out all the knobs and gauges and stuff that were in these panels there. I think I'm going to keep the jump seats.
Yeah, because those are kind of your wheel wells anyway. You know, unless you were tubbing it, they don't make no sense to pull them out.
No, I'm not going to. I'm debating whether or not to either build or have a coffin 3D printed to put in there. Yeah, but I've got got the rear windows deleted. I still got to go over them one more time, another batch of putty, one more pat.
Right.
And got all the ambulance holes on top filled. I started to leave those in because in like a small towns, the hearse and the ambulance were usually the same car.
Yep.
Just go ahead and do it up as the hearse and just put the red light on top, the red gumball machine. But I think I'm going to go. I'm thinking, yeah, it's either going to be the Corvette or the Camaro wheels. I'll look at it when it's got paint on it and make the decision.
It's always fun to play in your head though so you can kind of decide what color you want.
Well, I'm going to do black. I do know that. That I do know.
Mikey will
black
eat it.
And a black.
Mikey likes everything. Good old life commercials.
It's going to be straight up black with a black vinyl top. I still got to figure out how I'm going to do the Landau bars for the side. I haven't figured that out yet.
Oh, the little curvies?
Yeah,
I think you could do a safety pin and then just file it flat so the outside is a little more flat.
See if I can find them here.
Because you're looking for like that S-shaped thing, right? With the balls on the end.
There was decorations from the horse and buggy days. Yeah. Balls on the end, and a lot of times they had like a diamond or something in the center of them.
Yep. I might actually almost I might have a pair of those. With all the show rods I got, I know I have a few something like it. Which store would they be in? Actually, do you have any of the old like Mercedes or Duesenberg kind of kits? Because you could just grab a set off of one of them. Like the old Roaring 20s
No, I
kind of
don't.
vehicles. Most of them would have it. You know, one of the tricks that I learned for making curves and stuff was using a cribbage board, because you could put the pegs in the holes, and every time you'd bend it, it would be the exact same dimensions, basically. I think you could probably do that with just a piece of slightly thicker flat styrene that's as wide as the 2 points and curves, you know, the full dimensions, and then just kind of file it down so it has like a either a sharp knife blade edge or rounded. Jamie D.
I hated Cheerios ever. Always did. Never liked Cheerios.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night here.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
All right, y'all take care now. Talk
Don't
to you
tell me to
later,
do,
Bob.
don't tell me to do something you wouldn't do.
Got to take care, man. It costs too much to go to the hospital nowadays.
Yeah, I agree.
Take it easy now.
Have a good one.
Back. I don't know what happened. Looks like Chuck got lost.
He might have.
Yeah. The actual swipping part I can make, just cut that out of sheet stock, I think, or half round.
Yeah,
And then
even half round and kind of a little bit of heat and form it, but I don't know how many times I've wanted to take my garage sale sign and draw out the side of a Chevy frame, you know, like a Chevy car or a Chevy truck, and then just box it, make 4 of them, and then just box it all in with cross members and shit, and build my own frame out of flat sheet, you know. Not with any intention of putting it under a car or anything, but just to build the frame, you know.
Yeah.
Seamus.
So Jamie doesn't have a wrench. Let me find him. There he is. Okay. We'll get Rue in here first.
I don't think I've met Ruin yet. Ruin, how do you say that? Seamus, the one who lights up our lives.
Yeah. There we go. We got Jamie's wrench in there. Yeah, just Rue.
Gotcha. Oh, RKD. Yeah. Cliff will be pleased to know I'm building a bike. It's just not for the group build off. I just building it for shits and giggles because I have it and I can.
Y'all welcome to join in if you like. The link is pinned to the top of the chat.
Yeah, not a whole lot for conversation starters, but I really like having like sounding boards or somebody to bounce off of. Or,
Someone
yeah,
bounce stuff off of. Yeah. Yeah.
sounding board. Brainstormers.
Otherwise, I'm just listening to the TV all night long when I'm not here.
I usually have YouTube on Rockabilly Radio. Well, I guess it's kind of older school, but modern rockabilly kind of music. Otherwise, I'll put on some like metal music or something like that or whatever. And just have my headphones cranked up, but not on my head. It'd be nice if I could have an actual stereo again.
I got rid of mine. I realized I hadn't turned it on in like 10 years. So
Yeah,
I gave it to my brother.
I used to have one of them small little single cassette radios sitting off to the side, kind of low enough that at night nobody bothered about it, and I'd have it on 24/7, never shut it off. And then I moved away, and when I moved back, I didn't have it anymore. Had to deal with parents and them and their sleeping schedule. So I'm like, yeah, well, I got headphones nowadays.
No, I had the big component system in the TV altar that took up half the room and the big tower speaker. I just don't use it anymore. So I get
the one thing I do miss about that is hearing that thunderous bass echoing throughout the house. You know.
Yeah, that's the only time I turned it on. If I was watching a movie, I'd turn the subwoofer and run the movie track to the subwoofers just to make, you just can't watch Top Gun or something like that with the 12-inch speakers. Just doesn't cut it.
Our TV, we have a dining room, living room that's like a long room basically, and it's divided by the TV. The TV faces the living room, but the speakers are in back of it. So everybody in the kitchen gets to hear the fucking thing, So I hooked up my computer speakers to it so that they can aim the other direction, but they're just two little like 3-inch round wannabes or whatever. But at least now it points in the right direction. Because if it
I went to just a little bass bar sits under the
like a center channel.
Yeah, because I've got the flat screen mounted on the wall now, so the whole TV altar thing is gone. I got rid of it. That had the big 45-inch CRT in it.
I have a brand new surround sound system for a TV. We were helping people set up for a yard sale one day, and they had a whole bunch of stuff being donated to them. And while we were dropping off the load, they're like, if you see anything, go ahead and grab it. I saw a brand new box, never even been opened, surround sound system. I was like, that's going home. I still have it. It's been like 3 years and I've never even opened the freaking thing, but it's brand new.
Somebody said I needed to get on this chat because it was quiet in here, but it looks like a lot of chatter going on to me.
Right? Welcome.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Welcome back.
Magic Mike. Dang. Oh, yeah, I made it down. I don't know if you saw it, but I have discovered that I'm officially a full-blown redneck. I did not run to the store, which I did type into the messenger. I did drive to the store, but I drove to the store and got a bag of barbecued pork rinds, what do they call these things? White Claw, and some e-cigs. So it's official. I'm a redneck.
So you got beer then?
Not well, I guess you can call it beer. The
Beverage.
guys I know
You
that
got
drink
beverage.
beer would not call it beer.
You got beverage.
I got a beverage, yeah. There you go. The guys I know that drink
Cold
beer would
snacks.
laugh at me if they saw me drinking that.
Cold snacks.
That's it. Mikey will eat anything. Joey, you were right. And I used to think the same thing, and then I met you, and it's like, pooey, pooey, pooey,
And then they put Brussels sprouts in your face.
I'll eat a Brussels sprout, but Joey's got to go. He likes Chevrolets, and it rubs off on the way he takes.
Yeah, I think I got it narrowed down. So either the
I
Corvette
saw that.
wheels with the knockoffs or the Camaro wheels is what we're gonna go with.
I'm liking the Corvette wheels better. I think it's if the build's going the way I think you're going to take it, I like the Corvette wheels better than the Camaro wheels.
Yeah, just
Mike makes sense.
knowing Bob, I
Someone
think he's a little more street machine style versus like classic non-custom, you know.
Jamie.
Yeah, I don't want
I
to be
like to think that it's Magic Mike,
Sure, Rob.
but apparently I don't get a vote in what the nickname is. Fafa and a couple of the others say it's Mini Mike, but Magic Mike, I like Magic Mike. Magic Mike it should be Magic Mike. I mean, look at me. Look how magical I am. There's almost like sparkly stuff flying off of me. I'm so magical.
Well, I have to admit the keyboard one was funny because it was organic.
Think of Viagra, Mike can grow more. You dickhead. Joey, listen. God ruined a good dick when he put ears on me.
Somebody got the short end of that shaft.
Yeah. I look like an Ewok. Thank God. Wow. We are full of insults tonight, aren't we?
I remember the Ewoks
Jamie says
movie.
I'm Magic Mike. The votes are in. Jamie, you're going to have to fight with Fafa and possibly, well, Fred and Brian haven't really nailed it down yet. They can't quite figure it out, but Fafa is so sold on Mini Mike. You're going to have to fight him for that one. But I'm with you. I'm voting for Magic Mike.
So do you do magic?
No, but I will. I got sparkly dust. I got some stripper glitter around here somewhere. I'll just kind of throw it around. I'm sure there's one of those effects.
shit, that
you
never
put
goes
on
away.
here.
That never goes away. It's there forever.
Well, you can do a magic trick pretty easy. Just hit the escape button, then you're disappearing act.
They're gonna say I can definitely do a magic trick. I've done it a lot. I put my hat on and disappear.
That's what she said.
How about moron Mike? Come on, Kev. Come on, man. That's just meanness. Fucking, I'm sending Fafa a message now. Jamie, do it. Do it, brother. Do it.
Don't tempt him. You'll call. He's not ready to use the phone.
Right? Fafa's on the same time zone that I'm in. It's only 11, almost 11.
Yeah, 22.
Magic Mike, Papa's opinion don't matter. Well, he's trying to make it mini Mike, so but the beats the hell out of whatever it was. Oh, that's right. It was Kevin that was trying to call me moron, Mike. What the fuck, man? That hurt. My heart is broken, Kev. I thought we were pals, man. Ah, it's the big one, Ethel. It's the big one. Kevin called me a moron. I'm coming to visit. I'm coming in. Oh, big room.
Sanford.
Make a little room. Here comes Big Daddy. Big like a truck, satisfied like a caddy.
You heading out there, Clifford?
All right, Cliff.
All right, Cliff, man. God be with you. Be with your family. Love you, brother. Be strong. Stay strong.
It's a good thing his last name ain't Hanger.
Cliffhanger.
Bum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying. I was trying to come up with something, but I couldn't follow that up.
The butt ups did just fine.
The pork rinds clog my brains. The synapses just aren't happening up there right now.
Yeah, I was born on quick wit and strange humor.
I spent my early part of my life being a rodeo cowboy. Quick wit is and X-rated humor is how I created my whole life, but I couldn't follow that one. That one was beyond me.
Going for a fill up and a drop off. Be right back.
Fill up and drop off. Night, Sarge.
Gonna go make a deposit.
Pay the water bill.
Yep.
Pay the water bill. And yeah, the other ones that I know I can't repeat on here, so we'll just leave them alone. Make a deposit. There you go. Do your DOT paperwork. That's what we used to call it when we were truck drivers. What are you doing? I'm doing my DOT paperwork.
Yeah. Job ain't done till the paperwork's finished.
Right? Well, there he goes. Bob left us. Now we're just a bunch of kids sitting around looking at each other, picking at each other's noses.
How did you know I was pointing at the screen? Yeah, just sitting here staring at my paint job, wanting to grab parts and put pieces on it, but it's still too tacky. You know, I ain't gonna be able to touch nothing till tomorrow.
I worked on my bike motor today. Well, last night and today, and got it done. And I was going to move on to the next part, but I'm like, you know what? No, let me work on. I try to keep one project going that's like the main project, and then I'll have a little back burner thing going on. So I'll let everything dry and chill out. I'm like, no, let's work on the Pacer tonight. Cool out, have a few drinks, and relax. If I screw up the Pacer, I ain't mad. But if I screw up this bike build, I'm gonna be pissed. So I just like, nope, we're gonna leave that one alone tonight.
The only time I build two models at one time is when one's on my desk and the other's in my head.
I do that, yeah. I do that. I build one in my head. I built this motorcycle 15 times in my head, and I haven't built a motorcycle since the Henry Winkler Fonzie motorcycle. So I was like, I had no idea. It's cool with this one though, because I'm actually having to read the directions by step by step.
Right.
It's the Tamiya YZR M1. But I look ahead, just to look at what's going on. But I put everything together with the clear glue before I paint it or whatever. Then I try to figure out what's it going to look like, and then tear it all apart and paint it and put it all back together. And definitely getting back to my roots on this one. I got to read every step in the directions, make sure I turn the. You know how it is. You got to turn it this way. Does this go here? Does that go there? You got to get it on there right. It fits 4 different ways, but it only fits one way, right?
Right.
Yep.
I don't know how many times I forgot to use instructions because, I mean, after, I don't know, decades ago, I got to the point where I rarely ever use them. But 9 out of 10 times, I always forget to put the exhaust in before I glue the rear axle in. It's like, oh, we're making custom exhaust now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But usually I just use them for like what side does the valve cover go on, which one does it say it faces, directional purposes that way. Otherwise, I pretty much build cars from scratch. So I don't really usually do anything with that. But like you, I'm not a bike builder. So I do kind of got to refer to them because this is not my thing,
Joey, you're not going out there to save your Magic Mike statue from the Bucks. You're just worried that if they're left out there alone with me, then I'm going to get with the does, and the new Bucks are going to be too big for you to handle. That was my most G-rated version of what I was going to say. Bless his heart.
I generally work on one, maybe two at a time, unless I'm get stalled for like the Mustang. I'm waiting for the wheels to come in, so I can't do anything with it. So then I moved on. But I've got just two.
That's the way.
Two in progress. Not thing.
Joey, I can't say nothing. I live in Florida. The deer down here ain't much bigger than Doberman Pinschers. When I lived in Vermont, they were real deer. But yeah, if you're in the Ohio area, you got much bigger deer than we do.
Yeah, up here they get buck nasty outside. We usually get anywhere from 3 to 17 deer in the yard because we feed them.
Yeah, I'd feed them too. Feed them to my nephew, my cousin.
Yep. Yeah, about 4 years ago, we had a real sad moment. We used to have a buck and a young deer come in. I don't know what he was at the time, but the young deer would come close to us, and after a while, the buck would actually come up to us with it. Like, is he trying to protect the little one, or does he really want to know too? But when we'd go out and put the coffee can into the corn and scoop up a load, they'd come running over to us. You'd turn around, they're like 2 feet in front of you. It's like, hi, So you'd feed them right out of the bucket, and next thing you know, all summer long, not an issue in the world. They knew when that bucket went into the corn, they would just come running out of the woods, and they'd come up to us.
They're no different than a dog. Like if you feed a dog at 4 o'clock every afternoon, you show up at 3:30 and drop the scoop into the feed bucket. They know what time it is.
Yep, everything was good until hunting season. So my stepdad shot the motherfucker. I was like, that's the one we were feeding.
Yeah, but they're so yummy. Apparently,
they're
organic, right?
The back straps that night were delicious. Let's just say that.
There's no GMOs or
corn-fed venison. There you go.
Damn straight, man. Yeah, we don't go hunting. We just step outside in the little shed, open the door, and wait for him to walk in.
Well, it's kind of cheating when you feed them out of when you're hand feeding your game.
Yeah.
Well, here, eat this, and then when they get good and fat, and that's kind of like having a farm. Oh, look at how big and fat you are! Bang.
If I could have done it a little sooner, I could have had the noose in the tree and let him right over there. Put my hand in the noose. Right. And then just pull my hand through the noose and then let go of the rope, and up in the tree he would be. Ain't no tracking going on.
I can hear it now. I'm going to need you to step into your desk.
Yeah.
I'll be back, guys. Mama's calling. I'll be back.
Right. There's PETA calling. It's PETA calling.
People against tasty animals.
Yeah, well, you grew up on a farm. That's the way it was. That was life.
Yep.
You got
they
calf,
would love coming out into the
Sorry, Mom. I pushed the wrong button.
We can hear you, Outlaw.
You can hear me? Well,
Yeah,
as long as you can hear me, then we're good. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm on the live, but I'm trying to get it turned off so they don't have to be part of our conversation because they're now joining us and they're all saying hi, Mama. Yep. Yeah, they're all saying hi. Hello. All right, I'll be back, guys. I'm going to X out this time.
Just go ahead and talk dirty behind her back. It's fine.
I'm not monetized. We can listen to it.
Yeah.
They can take away my birthday, and I don't celebrate that anymore anyway. So
Yeah, I keep telling everybody, birthdays make people old. Why do you do that to yourself?
good night, Seamus.
Later, Seamus.
We'll probably catch you on one of the UK streams later this weekend. Yeah, so I'm working on the Mustang, waiting for the wheels. I started playing with the hearse. Just to get the parts ready, so I don't have to fight with it when the group build starts. And the big one I got to work on is my Draco the Dragon. Got to get him squared away.
Is that a figure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Kevin. Too many birthdays will kill you.
It's out of the way. Draco the Dragon from Dragonheart.
Oh, yeah.
Who's a big one? Find the rest of his head here.
I think closest thing I've ever built to that would be the Jurassic Park monster truck.
Change cameras. Change the overhead. There we go. It's the Sean Connery movie where Sean Connery was the dragon.
Yep.
Draco. He's a big old boy.
Yeah, he is.
And has Sir Bowden. Let me find him. I got him done already. Who goes with him?
Oh,
It's
well
that I only work on it when I'm in the mood. You got to be in the mood for this guy. These vinyl take a lot of work because they don't fit for shit. And even like on his back here, there's huge gaps that have to be dealt with. And then you gotta sculpt it, put the epoxy putty in there, and then you gotta sculpt it to match it out and then fill it, and you gotta be.
Yeah, she's not a skill level 1, 2, or 3, that's for sure.
No. And some of the parts are really bad. I get the right ones there.
Yeah, I could see that back piece teeter-tottering. That's always a bad sign.
Like here, the wing. I mean, you can see. I move my hand behind it. There's that much of a gap in the wing.
Wow. That's crazy.
And the sucky part was, if I'd have checked before I started, this kit sells for big bucks now, and there's several people who do 3D prints of the thing for like a quarter of the price, and it all fits much better. So it's a better kit, but I've already started it. So I could have sold that one.
Sold that, bought the other one, and then still had some money left over.
Plenty of money left over, yeah.
Yeah, there was a few kits in my collection like that in the past.
That's all right. I'll get it.
Kind of like my
I said,
my
whenever I'm in the
gridiron.
mood, I pull it out and work on it.
It's kind of like my gridiron grabber. I had gotten a kit from one of the model shows in Oshkosh or Wausau, one of the two, and I think I paid $30 for it. You know, box was a little rough, but it was still bagged, hadn't even been opened. Decals were a little messed up, but whatever. And about 4 days later, 5 days later, I seen one online somebody had in a pile of stuff, and I was like, how much for just that one? And I bought the parts kit thing for like $8. So I never even have to open mine. You know, you could save that for later when it's worth $65, $80 or whatever, you know.
I guess technically I have one on the shelf of doing one kit that I started probably 5 or 6 years ago, and just it was an airplane kit with all the photo etch in it, and I just got burned out on that photo etch being such a pain in the ass. I just boxed it up and put it back on the shelf.
Right. I've done some Tamiya kits.
I'll get it down and build it one of these days.
Mostly the older race car type of stuff with photo etch, and I don't know. I like my little detail, but I'm not really that finicky, you know.
That was the first one I tried that, what, you know, where you bought the whole works. I mean, every piece of photo etch you could get to do, like every gauge in the cockpit and every lever and dial and knob, and so you basically got to sand all the cockpit down to basically nothing, flat pieces, and build it up from there. And I got burned out on it. It wasn't coming out the way I wanted, and I just stuck it back in the box.
Right.
But since then, I've done a lot of them with photo etch, but not one that got that much in it. I'll do it one of these days. I'll bid it back out and start over.
Yeah, for me, if it's like
Of course, now I can
SS badges or something, I might scrape them off and put the decal on or something like that. But when it comes to stripping an entire cockpit just to replace all the gauges and shit, I'd say fuck that. I'm just painting it. I'm done. Ted's
back. Joey's back. We got plenty of room. I'm paying for this shit now, so I can have 10 people in here.
Seamus is out.
Yeah, well, it's 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning in Britain.
Yep.
Yeah. The only thing that sucks about that kit now is that I can buy a 3D printed cockpit part that's got all that stuff already in it and ready to go, and just slap it in there and run. I only have to screw with all that photo etch parts.
Right.
And on a plane cockpit like that, once you put it together, you don't see half of that crap in there anymore. So I'll get it done one of these days.
You know, some of the parts, it's not really even worth it to use photo etch, like the little tow hooks on the front of a race car. They're actually supposed to be a round loop, you know, like a round bar that's into a loop. But you use photo etch and it's just a flat thing, you know? Yeah, it looks nice. It's metal. That's cool, but it's supposed to be round.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I noticed what they do. It's like 6 pieces that get pulled that make that round ball on the end of the lever, and it's just it's just such a pain. Now they got the photo etch that's already pre-painted and colored and already, you know, just stick it on. But they're 3D printing it with the color 3D printers.
Right, with the colored inks or
it's
the dyes and stuff.
Yeah.
The different strings and whatever else.
Well, they print it in a powder with ink, just like an inkjet printer. And then with the inkjet, it sprays the ink, and the next pass in the same spot puts a little splits of super glue, which sets the powder. So it's straight up as it prints it, it's printing the colors and everything.
Right. Yeah, that is a way.
A
long ways.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Yes, I'm awake.
Have a good nap.
I think you fell asleep yesterday because you ate first.
No, I fell asleep yesterday because I generally don't go to bed till after midnight and then turn around and wake up 4 or 5 in the morning, depending on for work. And I was just wore out, exhausted. However, last night, about 30 minutes or so after I got off, after I left the chat, I was in bed and I didn't wake up till didn't wake up till 9 this morning when a freaking telemarketer called about some insurance, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, no, kiss my ass, block your number. And not the kiss my ass that we have. It wasn't our kiss my ass. It was a literal shut the up, kiss my ass, motherfucker. You woke me up.
I gotta laugh when they call and say our warranty expired, they can renew it and stuff. And I'm like, on the 1983 Cutlass.
Right? Or in my case, a 94 Chevy pickup.
Yeah, it's over 20 years old. You ain't renewing shit.
Right? Considering as I bought
calling me for.
Especially considering as I bought the truck used a year ago to begin with, there's no warranty on my truck.
Right. No express written order.
She breaks, I fix out of my own pocket. So
yeah, and when you go to get insurance on like my car, I used to have a 84 Cadillac and I had to put insurance on it. And they were charging me like 90-some bucks a month. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They said it would be cheaper. It's an older car. And they're like, well, it's not because of, anything other than you're driving a tank. It's the amount of damage you could do. I was like, it's not my fault you drive a fucking smart car.
Yeah. Or like me, my truck.
You drive a fucking aluminum can made from China. I drive a fucking tank made from America.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to pay for your fucking stupid ass buying a tiny, thin little wannabe shoebox. Fuck that.
Right? Well, it's like bite me, Mini Mike. Anyway, my bare minimum required liability for my truck is $150 a month.
Damn. Yeah, see, I couldn't afford to pay it a full year. Otherwise, it would have been cheaper, because then they know they got their money. They're settled. They're done. They don't care.
Yeah.
When you pay monthly, they're like, oh, we can rape them every month. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a convenience fee and a processing fee and all that stuff when they add it to the monthly.
I
pay mine
they
twice
have
a
to
year.
do their
once
job
month.
every month to get paid and to add it into their treasury.
Hey, Boston. Yeah, I had my model club meeting tonight. So between that and eating when I got back, it took me so long on coming in tonight. So
see some cool stuff at the club meeting.
A little bit, yeah. There, one of the guys brought in a curbside that he'd modified, custom built some fins for it because the tall fins that came with the kit weren't long enough for his liking. So he scratch built some fins for it, and then he also custom cut the top to make a T-top out of it. It was like a Chrysler Imperial or something like that.
Right, one of the old bigger 60s cars.
Yeah. And
probably that Green Hornet car.
The molding process, the mold had shifted or something when his car was being made, and nothing lined up right. He had to cut down one side, build up the other side, and it turned out really good. I mean, he did a really good job with it, but
sometimes that's the fun of it,
Exactly.
Fixing a big old mistake, but other times it's like, if this was done reasonably right, I would only have to do like a third of the work.
Yeah. Well, it's like that 65 or 69 Charger funny car I'm working on from Polar Lights. Like I said, it took me like 6 days worth, 6 days and 13 of these 320 grit sanding sticks to get rid of the mold lines on it so that I could paint it.
Right. Is that the dark blue on one side, light blue on the other?
No, mine's my 320 grits are kind of a grayish color on both sides. I get the variety pack at Hobby Lobby. It's got all sorts of different and the grits are by color.
All right. I got the two-tone blues, just a single pack. Yeah, just like that, but I only got the straight blues.
Yeah.
And the light blue, I get like 2 passes and it falls off.
Yeah.
Well, like, what the hell?
Kind of like that?
Yeah, it turns into a glossy freaking like the cover sheet that they put in with the decals, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, if I wanted to buff it with clear, I would have grabbed a vinyl sheet.
Hey, Joe.
Joe's back. That's nice of him. He's saying hi to our bodies.
But yeah, I got around to watching the video that Brian and Pappy did yesterday, since I couldn't watch it while it was live because I was at work. But I managed to get it watched today, and I am definitely looking forward to these decals when they come out from STS.
Did it sound like they were going to be available to the public or just limited
Yeah.
run for them?
Yeah, he's going to sell them on the website.
Yeah, from what Brian and Pappy were both saying, once the two of them give their approval to STS
right
on the final product, and STS starts creating these sheets, STS is going to be putting those sheets on their site for just general purchase.
Cool.
When did it get changed to Magic Mike?
Earlier today.
Oh, yeah?
Like just before you came in.
I don't know. I still kind of like Mini Mike, either that or Midget Mike.
What's wrong with Mini Magic Mike?
Magic Midget Mike.
Well, I think Midget might go against some kind of standards nowadays. They call them wee people.
Yeah, I'm not much.
We don't have to be politically correct here.
I'm not very politically correct.
I've never been either. Unless it was an accident.
Yeah, I mean, I might accidentally be politically correct every once in a while, but you know.
No, I mean literally on accident, say something and it was correct.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it's like all this woke DEI crap,
Diversity, exclusion, and whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, being as I am a straight, white, conservative male, I'm the most discriminated individual in the world, and anybody else like me. So,
Ditto. Ditto. Except for I also have, I was going to say I have something against you above or other than you, but you have it too. I got that long-haired hippie freak status as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Mine comes down past my nipples, so I definitely got the long hair.
Well, when I don't have it pulled back into a ponytail, and even now that it is, I mean, I can still reach back and get hold of it.
Yeah, I sit on mine all the time, and it fucking, you know how you gotta like sit up, move your head, sit back. You know?
Yeah. Or like when I get in my truck, I always have to pull it up over my shoulder like this, because otherwise it gets between me and my seat, and
Yep.
moving around for making sure to keep my mirrors checked and all that while I'm driving, you know, it starts pulling on it, and it's like, God damn it, motherfucker.
Right. Yeah, every once in a while in the summertime, I'll put it through the hole in the back of the hat, you know,
Yeah.
rather than running with a ponytail in it or whatever. But especially if I'm like working on a car, bending over doing spark plugs or something like that, you know, hair down in my fucking cheeks. It's like, get out of my face.
Right. And it's like at work, because I work for a catering company. At work, it's normally kind of one of those numbers.
Right. Tied back.
Now tucked up under my ball cap.
Gotcha.
And
see, if I did that, I would look like Cousin It.
Yeah.
It would still come down to my goatee.
At some locations, that's not good enough. Some locations, I actually still have to put a hairnet on and then put my ball cap on over it.
Right.
And my beard, I mean, as y'all see in my profile pic for my channel, my beard at one point was like down to here.
Can't use
I only trimmed it
an ankle biter, Mike. It is.
Yeah. And I trimmed it for work because the boss wanted to be able to ankle biter Mike.
Yeah. Right.
But
ankle biter is a little bit more of a low blow than Mini.
Yeah.
Pygmy Mike.
Tough shit, midget Mike. I stole it fair and square.
The 70s can call all they want. I'll answer.
Right.
They could take me back with them.
I'm going to tell them to suck my left and make the right one jealous. I stole this hairstyle fair and square.
You ever get in trouble for bringing flowers home with your right hand? Left hand finds out about it, and you're all in trouble. Oh, he goes from the ankles to the knee to the weenie. He's getting taller. You got to find is he tall enough to get in the bouncy ball pit at fucking Hardee's? Yeah, it was an offhand joke. Yeah, Rosie don't like that. She didn't get the flowers. She's unhappy.
Yeah, her five ugly sisters aren't very fond of it, nor is their cousin Palmella.
Yeah. I've always wanted to do a Cruella de Vil model. I always thought that'd be kind of cool.
Do they have trouble with he must be taller than this line to ride this ride?
Yeah.
At 6 foot, having been 6 foot since very early teens, I don't think I've ever encountered that.
Well, you grew up all the way through that have to be 18 to buy cigarette stuff.
Right?
When I was a kid, my dad sent me down to the liquor store to get them for him every other day.
My mom and I as well.
When I was really young, they sent me down for pick up their beer and stuff.
And actually, Kevin, mine's not a mullet, because a mullet is long in back but short on sides and top. And mine, it's all long, every bit of it. Now, granted, I do have that bald spot going back there.
Yeah, it's all long gone.
But it's all one length. This ain't a mullet.
Kitty ride Mike. Gotta have something to grab onto. They're the reins, you know. Go down on her, she grabs you by your hair. You know it's on.
You know what rodeo sex is, right?
Hillbilly loving.
Nah. You got your girlfriend on her hands and knees. You get up behind her. You slide up in. You grab hold of her hair. You wrap it up around your hand like some reins. You get to working her. And then you look down at her and says, yeah, your little sister was better. And then try to hold on.
Yeah.
That's rodeo sex. Night, Ted.
Yep, not Ted.
Have fun at work tomorrow.
I need to get me one of them swear words. You coming back in there, Mike, or not?
Nah, I'd rather just run my brush through it every once in a while. Works just fine.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about my hairstyle. It's just run a comb straight up over my head, down the back.
Yep.
With the hat on,
Yep.
walk away. Low maintenance.
Mine gets long enough. I need a call, but it's time to cut it off.
I think the most complicated part of my hairstyle is doing the hair tie for the ponytail. And that's not very complicated.
Yeah, you just leave this long hair country boy alone.
Right?
You know what? There is one thing I wouldn't mind having back after all these years, though.
I did the buzz cut almost bald for 5 years while I was in the Navy, and not a good look on me. Especially now that I got that big old patch of bald back there in the back. No. No.
I'm working on a model. I'm working on not touching it until the paint dries so I don't get fingerprints in it.
Right.
Technically, that's working on a model, right? Waiting for it to dry.
You could say that, yeah.
Man, I just put some more putty on the back window.
On the
When I blanked out the back window, just
Yep.
put some more putty on it.
Yeah, so he's like me. He's
Yeah.
watching paint dry, watching Bondo dry, same thing.
Yeah. That's to me a putty this time. The first round was Bondo.
Oh yeah, this little filler.
Whereas for me, when it comes to putties, I have 3 different ones that I use. I have Milliput.
Yep.
I have Mr. Hobby White. And I have Gray Tube Testers Contour.
It's been a long time since I've seen one of them.
If one of those 3 putties don't do the job, ain't nothing gonna do the job.
That's when you dig out the Bondo glazing putty and just kind of fill the.
That's what I started with.
Yep.
That was Bondo. And anyway, now we got the Tamiya on there. When that's done, if there's any pinholes left, then we will hit it with the putty.
And as far as for working on models right now, I'm looking at this combination and deciding exactly where I'm going to cut the chassis
To extend it, yeah. To
for
get into the wheel well.
it out, because like I say, not only do I want to extend it back this way to put the rear axle right here, but I also want to extend the rails themselves back all the way to the end of the bed so that the entire bed has a structural support on it and it's not just kind of like hanging there in no man's land.
Right.
Yeah, Boston, I use UV resin too, the clear UV resin for filler also.
Joe sounds like he got down with the disco movement. I can't say anything because I did too, because we had roller rinks and all kinds of fun back then.
Only bell bottoms I ever wore were my Navy uniform.
I got baby pictures or school pictures of me in all kinds of plaid and all kinds of funky shit. So I can't say nothing. Polyester V collars, all kinds of shit.
But then again, I was also born several years later. Yeah, I got a couple of the 24th scale versions of the Deserter. I've got 2 of the Chevy versions and 2 of the GMC versions that I'm either currently working on or have plans for.
Roller derby wasn't the bomb. It still is. Watching the latest 2 roller derby, dude, that's some fucking wild shit right there.
Right?
They're far more full contact than NFL.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much as ladies lingerie football, but still, they're fucking badass.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if you guys have ever watched ladies lingerie football, but damn.
I think that's the best sport in the world. Just saying.
Second to dirt track racing.
Yeah, I'm not the only kind of racing that I've ever really been interested in is quarter mile.
Yeah, man, I like the quarter mile. It impresses me a lot when they do 289 at 6.8 seconds or something like that. You know, that's crazy shit right there.
Yeah. Or like current generation Top Fuel and funny cars, they're running 300 plus in just over 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's only going to 1,000 foot. They're not the Top Fuel and funny car. They're not going the full quarter.
Right.
They're shutting down at 1,000.
You know, back in the day when they had monster trucks that actually drove over the cars.
Oh yeah, when monster trucks were actually trucks.
Yeah, they used to do the mud bogs, the river cross or lake cross, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They had hill climbs, they had the car crush, and they had the truck pull. All 5 events for the same truck on the same weekend.
Yes.
Those were jamborees, man.
Yeah. That was when I enjoyed watching the monster truck shows. But now, with whatever
they fly over 3 or 4 cars, never even touch them. You know, it's like, where's the carnage?
and they're not trucks anymore either. I mean,
they're just roll cages with a fiberglass body.
and thing is if the fiberglass body at least resembled a truck, you know, I could maybe still get behind that.
Well, I mean, you got to give them some respect because they are pushing the envelope in what you can make a body look like.
Yeah.
I mean, the Monster Mutt, that was a 49 Merc, looked pretty badass, but painted like a dog. And then stuff like
I was watching it on TV that day. That was
Joey wants me to show you this ad.
Oh, nice.
That's his record that he's working on.
Yeah.
Swamp buggies, hell yeah. Super tall, skinny tires. I used to watch TNN all the time, dude.
Yeah, I've got
I see.
This one. This one is the it's the GMC with the Chevy step-side bed.
Looks like something you can buy off of Facebook Marketplace for $1,500.
I'm at the point on that particular build. And then I don't remember which of the bodies. I don't remember if this was a GMC cab or the Chevy cab. Not that there's any difference between the two. And I'm gonna turn this one into a wrecker, kind of like what you're doing. I've got some sheets of diamond plate styrene that I'm gonna use for scratch building the bed out of.
Nice.
And then I've got
Mikey going 9-9.
I got this one up here. This one was for sure the Chevy cab. And as you can see, I'm turning it into a flip nose because I'm using the GMC wheels and tires on it. And obviously I haven't finished the engine yet, but I've got this blower that I'm going to put on it. And on a 1-to-1 at the height that this truck is in scale with that blower on it, there's no way you'd be able to work on it by just lifting the hood up. Whereas you flip the nose up, you just climb up on the tire.
Yeah, I was going to say, you just have to get scaffolding is all.
Right. But I'm going to put the street side, the fleet side bed from the GMC version on this one instead of the step side, because I'm not a real big fan of step sides.
I'm kind of 50-50 on them myself. I like them for looks, but they're not very good for utility. You can't put a piece of plywood in them.
Right.
But if you're going to have lifted and a roll bar and kind of do the off-roady or mall crawler show truck look to them, a step side just has more character. But if you're trying to use a work truck, you want as big a fucking box as you can get. You know?
Right. Yeah. Sorry, Mike. I don't call anybody daddy. Have a good night, though, little brother. And I do mean little. Yeah, I think I still have the one step side bed that I'm not going to be using. I am awake, Fafa.
Hey, if we want to play hide and seek away from Mini Mike, we'll just go hide in the ball pit. You're too short to get in there.
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot about the new rigs, Kevin. The big they've been
You can see
running,
his feet on his driver's license.
they've been running the automatic transmissions in the big trucks like that, and that still kind of trips me out. I mean,
Elliot. Oh, that's funny. I mean, that's a good roast right there. So short you can see his feet on his driver's license.
yeah.
I got my mom one day. I was like, if you had to lose your feet and were amputated, would you still buy shoes? She's like, no. I said, well, then why the fuck do you buy a bra?
Ouch. Ouch.
When you're flat, you're flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we give her shit all the time. She's fun to mess with. She doesn't dress up as Santa for Christmas. She gets to play the elf.
Yeah. Whereas when I had my beard, I would do Santa for Christmas. It was big enough and it was close enough to white.
It's not white, it's chrome. You're a car guy, dang it.
I like that.
Car guy's a motorcyclist. It's not gray, it's chrome.
I like that.
Unless it's legit Merlin white. It's not white. It's chrome. Some might call it pewter.
We're gonna go about 15 more minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna head for bed.
Sounds good, Bob. Thanks for hosting.
No problem.
Yeah, no, Mike, not happening. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't able to spend much more time in chat tonight, but thank
It's
you
all
for
right.
hosting.
Hey, at least you had some company.
Right?
Somebody jumped in.
Yeah, so
Might have been a couple of crazy fools, but you know, you get what you get.
Okay, you say crazy fools.
Jonathan ended early. I'm sitting here, so.
Sanity didn't.
Jonathan
run in the
usually
same-
goes to about 8 o'clock, so we fill in afterwards.
Yeah, I'm not dozing off anytime soon. I'm raring to go. I'm good.
I got up last night, took 2 back pills and a sleeping pill, and then 10 hours later, my phone was ringing. It was Joey saying he screwed it up, and I had to go fix my YouTube.
No, sorry, don't need Viagra. That's not a affliction that I have to deal with. Thank gods.
Yeah,
That's all right, Joey. We got it fixed.
If the whole idea of having fun like that doesn't get you stimulated, then yeah, you got a problem.
Now the coffee, yeah, I'm definitely all about coffee. Coffee, Mountain Dew, energy drinks. Oh yeah,
Coffee 24/7. Last sip right before I crawl in bed.
that's right. I
Hot
mean,
coffee, cold coffee, don't matter. It's still damn coffee.
I'm addicted to caffeine to the point I can take a 1 liter bottle of Mountain Dew, chug it, lay down, and go straight to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up with my aunt and uncle. They had all them 36 cup makers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And every morning they'd just pour in another scoop of coffee until it got to the very top of the grounds. I mean, that's straining through some mud to make coffee.
That's like one year my little brother got this for me for Christmas. And it will literally hold this entire pot worth of coffee.
Hell yeah.
And I've used it. I've drank out of it. And the only reason I don't generally drink out of it on a regular is coffee gets cold too quick. Now, if I had a cup warmer that I could set that thing on and keep my coffee hot while drinking it.
You should have one of them anyway, so that you can put your hot water on it for when you're doing decals to keep the water warm.
Except I use a plastic lid for my water.
If you had like a metal bowl or a porcelain or glass or Bakelite or whatever.
This is what I put my water in when I'm doing my decals.
Gotcha. I got these neat little 1 cup ceramic things that my mom had 4 of them, and I keep stealing to do my decals with.
Right.
They hold the heat really nice, so I take the water and I put it in the microwave for a minute.
Yeah.
It's a lot faster than waiting for the water to heat up onto the faucet.
True.
And then the porcelain itself actually holds the heat.
Yeah.
You know, and I can usually get through a sheet of decals in no time, but it's tepid, room temperature by the time it's done, but whatever. I don't do a whole lot of decals, so I don't do it very
Good
often.
night,
But it would
Harry.
be nice to have one of them cup warmers to set
Yeah.
it on, just to keep it warm. You know.
Yeah, I need to get myself something that I could put on a cup warmer like that to keep the water warm for decals. Because, and like you, I don't do decals very often, and when I do, it's only just 2 or 3 at a time, and then I won't touch them again I won't do any more for like 2 or 3 days. Then I might do 1 or 2,
Right.
and so
I
it's
mean,
all
it comes in handy if you're doing like the body of a NASCAR kit, where
yeah.
you got a ton of them to do at once, you know. But if all you got is a couple of contingency stickers or a side decal or whatever, it's
Yeah. Or like when I get around to doing the decals on my Charger funny car, you know, I'm gonna have a lot of sponsor decals on it and stuff like that. So
variety of
having something
sizes.
that'll keep the water good and warm for a while would definitely be a bonus.
I would say you could also use like a heat lamp, but if you're using a plastic tray, it'll just melt that.
Yeah.
That's my
You
dog
get those coffee warmer little pads that you set your cup on. You can get those are USB connections, so you can just hook it up to your computer or whatever you got.
Yeah.
It won't heat it up, but if it's already warm, it'll keep it warm.
Yeah. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 USB connections just right here on the front end of my computer that I'm not currently using. So yeah.
Yeah, RK's got a good idea there too. Just take a good sealed thermos cup, fill it with hot water, and have it handy. Keep adding to it to warm it up.
Yeah. Yeah, that would work as well. And I do have 2 of these. If I can get it to, yeah, there it is.
Yep. Is that a Contigo?
Yes.
Yep.
I
Good
have 2.
company.
I've got the silver one and I've got a blue one. And when I have coffee left over in my pot right before I go to work, I'll generally fill those up and they'll keep
It'll
the
stay.
coffee drinkably hot all day.
Yep. Yeah, Contigo is a good company. I got 2 of those cups myself.
I also have, if I have a little bit more than my Contigos will hold, I have a Bubba. Problem is, the Bubba does not keep coffee anywhere near as hot, anywhere near as long as the Contigos. And my Contigos are perfectly, completely spill proof. I can turn them damn things upside down.
Oh yeah, I've played hockey with mine.
And they won't drip. Whereas this Bubba, it's not exactly spill proof.
Seepage.
It will leak. So I only use it when I have to.
I really wish they would design a coffee lid that seals that you could take apart to clean out, you know.
Yeah.
Some of them they're so, it's like you can't clean it if you had freaking little brass brushes, you know.
Well,
toothbrushes.
The thing about the Contigo is it's got the little button on the side that you press to be able to get a drink. It's got the lock, and then it's got the little drink area. When you flip it over,
good night, Jamie.
You pull this up, and it opens that up to where you can get to it and clean it a little bit.
Right.
And then it just snaps back in place when you're done. Later, Jamie, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I used to have one of those with the slider.
Yeah.
There's a top and then the lid and then the bottom, and they just snap together. You just pop them apart, wash everything, click it all back together, slide it, it locks, it seals, did its thing, you know?
Yeah.
And then I always take a drill bit and drill out the hole so it doesn't sit there and glug, glug, glug so much.
Yeah.
Then it'll leak.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you go to modifying the openings on those things, they don't stay so leak proof anymore.
But you get a better gulp.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's why I got a home mug and a travel mug.
Yeah. Well, my home mug is. This is what I generally drink out of on a daily basis here at the house. And it's roughly the same size as far as for how much coffee will fit in this as my Contigos.
Pretty much, yeah. 16,
And
20 ounces roughly.
With
something like
with that size, whereas this claims to be a 12-cup pot, bullshit.
that. Yeah, right.
Bullshit. It'll fill this maybe 4 times.
My
I
dad
guess they
used to have a Stanley thermos, and my
Yeah.
mom would put boiling water in the morning and empty it out and put this coffee in. And if he didn't drink all his coffee during the day, when he got home at night, it was still hot. When he poured out the last of it into his coffee cup for dinner, it was still steaming.
Yeah.
I got 2 of them Stanleys. They're green.
Yeah.
I know. Yep.
Like green
They're
aluminum
green.
looking.
Little,
Yep.
the little tin drink cup on the top as a cap.
Yep. That's what he had. He
Them
used
thing-
to all
them
his
things
life.
will- That's why they say they don't make them like they used to, because
You damn
anything
straight.
modern like that, yeah, it's cold in a couple hours.
Yeah.
He made a handle out of copper pipe and used hose clamps to clamp it onto the side of it so he could carry it easier. He had it.
Yeah, when you go to work back in the day, man, you had your lunchbox and your thermos.
Yeah.
You didn't have a traveling taco truck. You know? And you didn't leave work to go to lunch either. You sat
Nope.
there with sandwiches and whatever the wife was lucky enough to throw in the bag. You know?
And part of that was there was no such thing as the Mickey D's or the Burger King just 5-10 minutes down the road that you could run to and get something from the drive-through or whatever either.
Right.
Oh yeah. No, he built nuclear power plants, so he was always out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine being up on a skyscraper or something, building riggings and framing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You ain't going all the way down just to have lunch.
Nope.
You get to dangle your feet, chomp on your sandwich, and get back to work.
Yeah. Especially when you're working on a skyscraper that's 50, 60 floors up, Yeah. You're going to go all the way down for that. Yeah. No, fuck
Take
that.
you your whole lunch break to get to the floor.
Right?
Yeah, there's many a times I'd bring my cooler up on the roof because I was a roofer most of my life. 20 years worth anyway. Just sit right up on the roof. One hell of a view.
Yeah.
80% of the homeowners wouldn't bother to climb up that ladder if they wanted to.
No, he did structural steel. He did nuclear power plants until they weren't building them anymore, and then he finished up on bridges. He
Nice.
built bridges.
A lot of rivet work kind of stuff.
He did well. He started. When he was young. When he was young and dumb, he did the high steel. With the climbing up and putting the girders and beams together.
Right.
Then he went to the rebar, doing the reinforcement bars for the concrete stuff.
Gotcha.
And then when he got to where he didn't want to do that anymore, he got tired of bending over. He trained as a welder, so he finished up doing welding.
Yeah.
Hell of a life right there.
And either which way you looked at it, he was making good money for doing it.
All of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah. One year he had to work on Christmas Day, which was a Sunday. He made more on his paycheck in one day than I made on mine in the entire week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it was 8 hours of double time, and plus he got 8 hours holiday pay. And since the holiday fell on a weekend, it was double that. So he got paid 6 times normal wage for 8 hours of work on that day.
Damn, that's like tax return days, man. Go buy a car.
His check for that one day was more than mine was for the whole week.
Wow. Yeah, I was never really into that kind of slavery stuff to the point where I'd sacrifice holidays or certain other things just to go make money. It never really motivated me enough to do it.
Well, he had 7 kids, so there was always a need for money. So whenever something like that would pop up, he would go ahead and do it. I mean,
Yeah,
not
see,
all the time.
I don't have kids, so I don't have that breadwinner mentality kind of thing. But yeah, if you got a family and a house to maintain, yeah, you definitely need to be the breadwinner.
He wouldn't do it all the time, but something like that came up where he could make a week's pay in one day, he would do it.
Yeah. Whereas for me, you know, I do have a daughter. She's married. She's got a kid of her own. So, you know, my paychecks are completely me. I live by myself. You know, my truck's paid for and all that. So, you know what? Once I get my rent paid, oh, wait, I live at work. Boss just takes that straight out of my paycheck. So I ain't got to worry about that. You know, I mean, so basically my paychecks are for getting my other bills paid because my rent's all inclusive. It's all bills paid plus Wi-Fi. So
nice. Well, Kevin, I'll tell you what, if you're up on the roof and you're running around, I'm not chasing you, so I'm not going to catch you. I'm just going to wait for you to fall.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go up on the roof either. Those days are long gone.
Roofs. I might walk around. Well, beep, beep, beep. That's all, folks.
Yeah,
but I damn sure ain't running on one.
Yeah, I've always wanted one of them houses with like a little dormer that comes out to a little deck so I can get up on the roof and just chill out. You know. I found it to be my quiet place up on the roof, you know.
Yeah.
And up here in Wisconsin, they're almost all surrounded by lakes everywhere or trees or, you know, so it's not like city life up here. It's freaking backwoods country life on the way.
Yeah. Now
so you get nothing but these beautiful sceneries, rolling hills, because it's not really mountains, you know.
Yeah. Now there are some roofs that I'm not going to get on. It all really kind of depends on the pitch. The steeper it is, the less likely I am to step foot on it.
Yeah, there's a middle point in that. You know, like a 612 is reasonably walkable if the shingles are good.
Mm-hmm.
If they're old and you got to tear them off and replace them, it's sketchy, but not bad. Anything less than that is great.
Yeah.
But once you get into like the 812s and the 1012s, that's plank work basically, you know, roof jacks and planks. But we used to do these jobs with A-frames where you're standing at the very bottom with your shins touching the roof and you're looking up at the peak and you're like leaning backwards just to look up that far, you know. It's like 60 foot one side and it's like 80 foot long. It's like, wow. And they call this a house.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, that's planks after planks after planks all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Like climbing around on the monkey bars after the first hour, you know. It's like, this ain't bad. This is fun, you know. It's the steeper it got like that, the easier it was because everything was laid out. You couldn't fall, and if you did, you had another thing to grab every 4 foot, you know.
Right.
But when you're on like a 612 and an 812, yeah, you're just looking. I'll do the valleys, you know. Give me somewhere where it's safer.
Well, you wouldn't want to be on our roof because it's fairly steep and it's all standing seam metal painted roof.
Yeah, metal roofs are slippery no matter how slanted they are.
Yeah.
And with the concrete's up there, it's slicker. It's not because it's all got like a film of mold growing on it.
Yeah.
Lichens, whatever the stuff that grows on the side of the tree.
Yeah, the lichen, yep. It's a moss.
Yeah, moss, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
well,
it's kind of a blend between a moss and a mold. It's a bacteria anyway, however you look at it.
It's that time of the night. I'm done for, so I'll say thanks for coming in and Good night to everybody on the stream that's still left. I think there's 10 people left or so. Let me look.
Yeah, I'll head out too, and you guys have a good one. Later, Ed. Later, Bob. Later, everybody in chat. Till next
Brian's chat tomorrow starts at 6 o'clock Eastern time.
time.
It's gonna be
Here in Houston.
be talking about experiences with Terry, and it should be a good show. So I hope to see everybody there. And with that, I'm gonna say good night.
All right, Bob. All right, chat. Y'all have a great night.